October is my favorite month. That's for a few reasons. One, it's my birthday month. Two, there's a lot of great football on in October. And it's also when the leaves start changing and the weather gets crisper and we're eating chili and barbecue more and it's stout season for beers. There are all these wonderful things that I love about October. It is also the beginning of the fourth quarter. And it is a time to really look at what do I want to accomplish at the end of any given year. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, then you know I tend to break down my goals and my projects into these 6 to 12 week blocks. That allows me to be super specific with what I want to get done and when I want to get done, and create a really clear scope for how that work is going to go within the given time frame that I have. This is not a radical way of looking at goal setting and productivity, but it is pretty radical for how we actually go through our day-to-day and how we plan out our goals. Usually when we do that, we tend to make really big goals that might take up to a year to accomplish. Instead, what I advocate you doing is just focusing on these smaller chunks of time to accomplish these mini projects so you can build confidence and experience actually getting things done, completing projects or sets of projects in order to build more confidence for those bigger things that you want to do as the year goes on. What I'm going to show you in this October Plan With Me bullet journal video is how I'm doing my monthly layout for focus and productivity. It's really quick, it's really minimalist. It's something that you could easily do in 30 minutes. That might sound like a little bit of time to dedicate to something like a monthly layout, but when you look at a 30, even 60-minute block in how it can help you focus, it's a very small commitment of time to increase your productivity for a month or 3. This minimalist monthly layout that I have been using for several months, in fact over a year now, is really simply just putting down the day of the month and the corresponding day of the week next to it. So today being October 1st, you'll see a 1 and then an F for Friday next to it. Now what I use that line for on my bullet journal is to put any events that really I need to have more than a day's heads up on. So I use this as a little bit of a future log. Now I won't do something in like this monthly layout that's like have lunch with Justin at 12:30 today, which I am, shout out to Justin. But I'll put that in the daily log or the weekly log. Any event that has a specific time like that, I also just have in Google Calendar. So don't think that you have to put your entire life into the bullet journal. I just use this for like, my sister's birthday is tomorrow, October 2nd. Shout out to Laura, happy birthday. For those big events, for those things that I want to make sure that when I look over the month ahead, I can really see this is what I need to put into my weekly or my daily log as they come up. Now on the next page of my bullet journal, I'll stay on the same kind of horizontal row of the dot grid to start to add for those same days the habits that I want to track. And the 3 that I'm focusing on for October are either meditation or breathing. They're kind of the same thing, at least to me in my practice right now. Reading, and then texting someone that I maybe haven't talked to in a little while or someone that I just want to say hey to. And then the next line over that I'm looking at is my mood. So what is my mood like in the AM, and then what is my mood like in the PM? I just will use something that is either a check mark, a dash, or an X. A check mark is a good mood, a dash is a meh mood, and then an X is kind of a bad mood. The final element of this minimal monthly system, you may be chuckling to yourself at this point and be like, well, Matt, you've talked about several things in your minimal system so far. But this next row you'll see is for that one line kind of journal entry. And it could just be like one highlight of the day, something that moved me, something that I enjoyed, something that I struggled with. What I've created on the same row across 2 pages are, this is the day of the month, the day of the week, any special events for that day, my habits, my mood, and a one-line journal. On the next page of my monthly layout, I always put down the primary projects, goals, or milestones that I'm working on. In October, I'm focusing on 3 things. The first one is bringing the YouTube 10 challenge to completion, giving a really good experience to the members. We had about 33 people sign up, which was awesome. So many videos being created that from people who have never put videos on YouTube before. That's been a really exciting thing. The second project that I'm focusing on in October is getting feedback and kind of validation, in a good sense, for a 3-month kind of productivity mini membership that I've been working on. What I want to do is give a 3-month entry into these expert sessions that I'm going to be hosting and for Q&A calls that I'll be hosting, along with a curated list, kind of library, principles of productivity that I've put together over the past several years. The best way to learn about that is just to be on my email list. You can go to mattragland.com/ what is it? Hold on, I don't know what it is. I just changed all these links, but I still feel kind of silly right now. Change it. Yeah, just go to my website, mattragland.com. There's a form right there on the front. That's silly of me. The third and final project that I'm working on is really an ongoing kind of area of responsibility, if you think of it from a para perspective. And what that is the new agency that I've started to go along with my own creative work called Course Ops. And what that does is it helps experienced and brand new course creators either scale up their existing successful course or create their very first course, make their first $1,000, get those first customers and learn from them so you can then start to scale up your course as well. Getting more resources, getting a new website to be a more complete business is something that I'll be focusing on this month as well. The last part of my monthly layout, not just for this October, but any month that I have, is a master task list. And what this does is it allows me to basically put any task that doesn't have a specific due date or deadline into this master task list, because they can really be done at any time. And that way, as I'm doing my gap preview for any particular week, or maybe I'm reviewing and saying like, okay, I need to fit more of these things in, or it really needs to be done by now, I can migrate it from the master task list to a particular day or week where it has room to get done, and I can protect time for it and make sure it happens. Thank you for watching this October Q4 Plan With Me video. If you want to see how to take this monthly plan and goals or projects that you have and break them down into this is what I want to do every week, productive weeks are a practice I can't emphasize enough. What makes a productive month, a productive quarter, a productive year is your ability to stack great weeks on top of each other. The way that you have a great week is by being really clear at the beginning of the week. These are the goals that I have, these are the actions that align with those goals, and this is time that I'm protecting to get them done. If you start to stack one great week on top of another, I guarantee you will naturally build yourself into a marvelous month, a quality quarter, I need alliteration to go with year, just an amazing year. This is how it happens. This Q4, even starting in October, is a great time to practice stacking those weeks into a great month so that you can hit the new year with confidence, with experience on what you want to get done. You have that belief in yourself that I'm a person that can have a productive day, and because I can have a productive day, I can have a productive week. Because I have productive weeks, I can have productive months, quarters, and years, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to get more of them, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you go to mattragland.com, sign up for emails. The email list is where you learn about everything first. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great October. It's the most wonderful month of the year. November and December can stick it. I'm kidding. The whole Q4 is just the best time of the year, in my opinion. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you next week with 2 more new videos. Thanks. Bye.